Hey, that's Simming Life here, and welcome to my first video. Before I get started, I just wanted to apologize if my voiceover or the audio is odd. This is my first time doing one, and I want it to be a one take type deal, so there may be some, some errors and stumbles, all that, like I'm doing right now, sort of. Anyway, so today's video is a speed build of the house from Call Me By Your Name, the movie, which was a book first, but houses in the movie. Okay, anyway, I tried to build this from scratch. I can't take the credit for the actual building itself. I tried to build it from scratch, like I said, but it just wasn't working. Like, my rooms would be too big, then they'd be too small. Then, even though the house is like a cluttered mess, it didn't look cluttered. It was off. So I downloaded a version from the gallery, plopped it in my game, and I didn't like how the inside looked. I thought I could do better. So I took everything out and refurnished it pretty much. Now, this building you saw me put in was not there with the build. I call this the Helps House because there's two characters in the movie and in the book that obviously help out around the house. I think there's a maid and then the other one's a gardener. They don't really specify their roles, but that's what I got. So I did make the characters for this house, and I wanted somewhere for the gardener and the maid to go so they weren't roaming around the main house, and there just wasn't room for them in the main house. So I built this little building, which is technically there in the book and in the movie. So I guess I did the right thing, right? We'll see. This building is identical. There's two sides and they're both identical. I just made little different touches to each. I kept the characters in mind when I was building this part. And so the maid is a girl and the gardener's a guy. So I kind of put those touches in there. And then I put their characteristics into them. I was thinking of that. The gardener, the guy, I feel like he's a very simple guy, so I just gave him what he needed and called it a day. And then the maid, I gave her a little bit more because I feel like the parents, the owners of this house, are kind of yeah, come work for us and you can bring whatever you want. So I let her bring whatever she wanted. I guess, I don't know. They're also simple because they're still working, I guess, but it's still nice to have a place to go that's yours. So that's what I did. I really don't know what else to say. I don't know how other people do this. I watch other speed builders online, other simmers online, and they just chat away like they know what they're doing and know how to fill 20 minutes. I don't. Hopefully I'll get used to that. So if I'm just trying to fill time, I'm just trying to fill time. I will put timestamps down in the description because I know this is a really long video and you probably don't want to hear me talk for 20 minutes or you don't want to watch certain parts of this video. So I will put those down below. Hopefully you found them by this time. I don't know. We're 4 minutes in already. So, yeah, I'm cluttering I think the gardener's side. I feel like he would have just a bunch laying around because what if he needs to come in and grab something? I don't know. Again, I'm trying to fill time. Oh, speaking of filling time, I made every character from the movie and I put them into this Call Me By Your Name world. So I made the parents, I made Elio, I made Oliver, I made Elio's girlfriend. I don't really know how to pronounce her name and I don't want to screw it up. So that's what we're going to call her. And then I made her friend too, but they don't live on the lot. I believe they're part of the... No, they're not part of the household. So they don't live on the lot. No. Okay. I made them live down the road a bit. So if you want to see that speed build, actually I may be done with their house. I don't know if I recorded it or not. I lost a lot of videos because I changed computers and all that. So if you want to see that, I can rebuild it possibly. I don't know if I like their house or not. I don't know. I may go find it. I may have like trashed it. I don't know. But if you want to see that, let me know and I will bring them into the world too. I also tried to make like character, like making the actual characters, so making the parents, Elio and Oliver and all that, but I think I lost those videos from when I transferred my computer, or I may have lost them because my screen recorder decided like to have an error and lose all the videos, so I can't open them or edit them. Anyway, we are working on the outside of the house now. As you saw, I pretty much took everything that was around and I trashed it. And now I'm covering the lot with trees. This took forever because I wanted it to look the same, but I also wanted it to look full. I don't know if it does. I don't know. We're trying. I attempted. This isn't my first build in The Sims, but I think this is my biggest and most accurate. So, yeah. I've been building in The Sims for about a year-ish. Let's see. I can remember it by content. So I think cats and dogs just came out when I started. So, when I actually started building. But I've been watching Summers for a long time. So I kind of knew all the tricks and all that before I started. So I hope I put them to use. I don't know. I feel like I go in and watch something and then like I'll be like, oh, I can use that in the build, or I see something like, stacking or, moving objects. And I'll be like, oh, I should use that in a build. And then I never remember to. So, yeah. That's how I do, I kind of watch for things and then I forget to do them. And then my houses all look the same, right? Anyway, I have no idea where my time thing went. Oh, here we are. It doesn't scroll with you. Okay. I don't know if I should talk about this or not, but my thing keeps freezing as I go over, and it would be like 4 minutes in and it would freeze. We're doing good so far, so knock on wood. Yeah. I don't want to jinx it, so hopefully we're doing pretty well. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how, I think I've already said this, but I don't know how people fill 20 minutes in. Like, I could talk about the build, but I already did that. Like, we're outside. I already mentioned that, right? Right now I'm just putting in, like, the little details. I've watched this movie so many times that I've noticed, like, little tiny things. Oh, look, we're inside now. Okay, so through this build, I'm going to work my way up, I believe. So I'll start like downstairs. I'll go from like downstairs doing the little minor things to like the major rooms that everybody loves, like where most of the stuff took place. So yeah, right now we are in the downstairs hallway. I think I had a hard time with this because obviously like we don't have everything in The Sims, but I also wanted it to look pretty realistic. So some of the things are very inspired, and then other times I just threw things up, if that makes sense. Also, oh look, we're into the office. I put all of these books around the whole thing, and I think I only showed you like this wall. So I showed you this wall, but the wall to the left, I don't think I put in. Oh, I did. See, I put all of those books in. This took, I think, without it sped up, and I took a lot out, like, in between. without it sped up, I think this whole thing was like 20 minutes, just this office. So I put a lot of work into it. So I hope you enjoy it. Please enjoy it, because I put a lot of work into it. Yeah, this office wasn't very, like, this build was inspired, and I'm not trying to like put the original builder down, or the original designer down who built it in The Sims, but a lot of this could use a lot of work, because like we all know there's a red couch in the movie, so I don't know why there wasn't a red couch there. There were just things in here that like we have in The Sims that were in the movie, and it just wasn't there. So over there, I have no idea what that room is called. The room that they use for winter in the movie, I just call it like the sitting room, and then I put like winter next to it, because there's so many sitting rooms to start with. Like there's a living room here, and then there's so many rooms, and I didn't know what to call it because there's already a living room, so I didn't want to call it like living room. And I'm not very up on houses to be like, oh yeah, this is the second sitting room. I don't know, so I call it the sitting room, and then I put like in brackets I put like winter, because that's how I know it. And we don't see it any other time in the movie, I don't think. So yeah, I am working. I think this was my favorite room. The living room. Favorite room. Okay, so when I was building this, before I started building this, I looked online for if there were like any interior shots, and thank goodness there were. And there were actually like sketches from the set designer, which is really cool for the movie. So I kind of like, there was one of the whole downstairs, which was pretty cool. So that was nice. So I wasn't like completely lost, because it actually took me a great while. Like I had to watch the movie a few times to actually understand the layout. Like there's a scene where Elio's laying on the couch, and I thought that was upstairs. This whole time I thought it was upstairs, and I don't think it is. Or there's a time when he was like playing the piano, like laying on the piano. This was during the day, not the nighttime when he's like entertaining guests. But from the movie, things looked so different than they were, and I was like, oh my goodness, that was the original living room, or he's laying right there where he sat later in the movie. I don't know. They had so many different camera angles that like I couldn't necessarily tell at the beginning where they were. So, okay, so this kitchen, I think I changed up quite a bit. I mean, it was the original builder of this house did a pretty good job, but there were some little things that you could just add in that I thought could be put there and make it more true to the actual house. So yeah, I changed this up a lot. Behind this wall is like a little, I call it the hangar area. I don't know, it's kind of like a mudroom hangar. I think they go up to the attic in it. So yeah, I changed that up quite a bit. I added a bathroom because I realized after building, or when I first looked over this house, that there were no bathrooms downstairs. And like, if you want to play in this house, that's just not doable. Like, see, I'm doing the hangar right now. I changed that up quite a bit, and I added a bathroom because it's not playable if there's no bathroom. Like, I don't want to watch The Sims go all the way upstairs just for a bathroom, you know? So yeah, there were a bunch of like little things that I added in here just so it could be played better in live mode or live mode. I don't know. I always thought it was live mode and it's live mode. That makes more sense, right? I don't know why I thought of it that way. I don't know. Yeah. So I just made it more accessible during gameplay. That's the word I was looking for, gameplay. Good job. I'm proud of myself. Also going along with accessible, this doesn't go along. I don't know why I said that. It doesn't go along. There's a bunch that I cut out through here. Especially the staircase here. I tried to make it like a one tile width thing, and it just wasn't working. Like the trim on the outside came inside, and there's like a whole hour of this game that I cut out because I was playing with the stairs the whole time, trying to get it like as true to the house that I could. It just wasn't working, and I wanted to keep the trim because the outside looks amazing. When I first tried to build this, the outside was not working. Like, I couldn't get the windows right. They looked weird. So yeah, I kept the outside pretty much the same. I didn't touch it. Yeah, and here I am rambling. I'm trying to keep on track, but then I start rambling, and it turns out like this, where I keep going off topic. Oh, am I starting the parents' room? I am. Okay, so this is the parents' room. We don't get a look at it in the movie, but there's these side columns to the house, and I really wanted the parents to have their own bathroom, so I put their bathroom in like one of the side columns. I thought that was pretty smart, right? I thought that was pretty smart of me. And we're halfway through, guys. We're a little bit more than halfway through, and my voice is getting tired, but I'm still going, and everything's still going. I'm excited. Okay, so the parents' room, I kind of tried to keep them in mind. I found some spare rooms when they were doing there's a bunch of these pictures online from the house. There's a bunch of pictures of the house online because it's actually for sale. Last I checked, the house that the film was filmed in, that the movie was filmed in, is actually for sale. I don't know if it is anymore. It could have been bought. I haven't looked recently because I've actually been working on this build for months. I took a good long break. I really want to start a YouTube channel, and I wanted this to be the first house, I guess. But I took some breaks because I was like, I don't have any subscribers, so like nobody's gonna like know that I'm taking this long of a break off of it, right? Anyway, so I haven't checked in a while. Moral of the story. I keep going off track. Ooh, right now I'm doing a guest room, and I'm only showing you one guest room because the other guest room is just a mirror. But I gave each guest room their own bathroom. And when I looked at the specs of the house, I think every bedroom has their own bathroom. I'm pretty sure. But there weren't, like, the downstairs, there was a whole map of the downstairs. But the upstairs, there was only, from the set designer, there was a whole map of the downstairs. But the upstairs was only Elio and Oliver's room. So the other ones, I just kind of winged it, I guess. I just kind of filled it in and kind of went with the house, went with the theme. So yeah. Look, we're finally getting to Elio's room. Elio and Oliver's room were my favorite to do because they're the main characters. They're who I love, and I love it. Okay, so I tried to clutter this room as much as possible because technically this is like a spare room that Elio just goes into during the summer. Like, other than that, they don't use it. So I tried to clutter it. This looks like I feel like I could do better with moving stuff, but I don't have patience either. So I just kind of if it stuck, it stuck. I wasn't going to hit the 9 and 0 the whole time. So I need to get better at that. I just hit my microphone. I hope you did not hear that. I literally just face planted my microphone. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I was so happy to find those beds because they're so true to the movie. Like, they're really close to the movie. So to kind of find those single beds and put them together was really fun. I think they had a double bed in here when I first started, and I was like, really? We know it's 2 singles in the movie. Are you really not going to put a 2 single in here? They still work too. I tested them. They still work. So yeah, but nobody's gonna lay in the middle of it, obviously. Yeah. Here I go losing what to talk about. This is where I'm going to stop. I hope I do better next time. Thank you for, sticking with me, bearing with me, all that good stuff. Make sure to like, subscribe. All of my social media is down below, so do all the social media things, do all the YouTube things, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.